Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to do my review for Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, episode 24, Stardust Crusaders. This was a good episode. The series is going to be going on break pretty soon. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Or it's going on break, like, now. Like, it's on break, officially. But, anyways. The episode is a continuation of the last episode, obviously. We get them putting on the scuba gear, and Joseph starts to explain everything, right? And he's explaining the scuba gear and how it works, and that's cool. And then we get Polnareff, like, oh, I know hand signs too. And he starts doing this shit, and then Kakyoin's just like, I can see your underwear. And then they do like this epic handshake with like these stern faces with blacked out eyes, and it was hilarious. I loved it. I had to watch it twice. That was great. And then, as Polnareff goes to put on his little like thing so he can breathe, that thing turns out to be the High Priestess, and it starts biting on his lip, goes inside his mouth. They send Hermit Purple, which, oh shit, Hermit Purple. When was the last time we actually saw that thing activate? They send Hermit Purple and Hierophant Green inside his nose, which was funny. They pull it out. It escapes. There's this epic scene where it's like a harpoon gun, and it's fighting against Silver Chariot with like a sword. That was badass. Then they end up getting outside, and what ends up happening is, it turns out they're like, oh, we see a couple of sea caves. And then, boom, the entire thing turned into the fucking seabed, and it just eats them. And this is obviously a hacked fucking stand right now. They're inside the mouth, and there's this kind of funny scene where she says that, oh, Jotaro, you're my type or whatever. And it's like, yeah, because, you know, women always fall in love with Jotaro, which hasn't happened in a long time, kind of. But Polnareff's like, oh, you know, he basically probably says try hitting on her and everything, and they try that. And I'm glad it didn't go down that path, but it was kind of funny for a second how it was, like, all embarrassed. Then it tries to fuck them over. Jotaro lands on a tooth, and it looks like he gets crushed. Now, what I was thinking was, okay, maybe since he was on the tooth, the mouth would have been open a little bit, so maybe he got out the other side and he was now outside. But no, it was more disgusting than that. It bites down on him, and then they're like, whoa, what's that sound? And then you just hear, and it gets louder, and you can just hear it. It's hilarious. He busts open the tooth. There's this epic animation where it like does this pan around, and then he starts fucking up all the teeth like a badass. Busts the mouth open. You know that bitch's mouth is fucking wrecked right now. And yeah, that's pretty much the fight. And I like how it was kind of a group effort. You know, we had Kakyoin and Joseph go, you know, inside the nose and everything. So yeah, it's really cool that it was like a group effort, you know. Especially considering this is like, you know, the mid-season finale or whatever. So, you know, it was cool that they had, you know, but everyone doing something, you know. Like I said, with the nose, both of them went in there to pull her out. And, you know, you had Silver Chariot fighting, like, with a sword, and then Jotaro at the end busting the teeth. So that was cool. They get to the surface. We don't even get to see the stand user's face, which is, it's kind of disappointing how, like, several stand users towards, like, the later part of this first half have been, like, very glossed over. Like, Steely Dan was cool, and, you know, the baby was cool. But, like, several of them have been kind of just like, whatever. Like, they don't even see their face, or we don't even hear their name. So that's kind of disappointing, but it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, then they get to Egypt, and we get the narrator talking about Egypt and everything, and they kind of just build up this ending, you know, this midway ending. They talk on the phone with Susie again, and that was, you know, cool or whatever. They get a new little car, like a little buggy car they can drive in. That's pretty much it, though. They drive into the desert. You know, you got the epic music playing. They pose up, fucking standing in front of the car. It's like, we got out of this car just so we could pose. No, but, And then we get, like, the credits and everything. And then after the credits, we get this helicopter coming in. We get these real sinister-looking dudes, but they're wearing Speedwagon hats. And then there's, like, this blanket over something. We see an eye. And, yeah, I know what that is, even though I haven't read the manga, but I've played, like, the game, and, you know, it's, like, a series from the 80s. You're gonna find out spoilers. I know what that is, and it's gonna be pretty cool, hopefully. All I know is who that is. I don't know anything really else, but, yeah. I'm excited for the Egypt arc. They said it's gonna come back in January. A while back when I first started doing JoJo reviews, I said I was going to talk about parts 1 and part 2 because I never got a chance to actually review them. I'm still going to do that, and now this is the perfect opportunity to do that while it's on break. So, like, next Friday, instead of another Stardust Crusaders review, because there won't be one, I'll do, like, part 1, and then the Friday after that, I'll do part 2. And yeah, because that'll take a little bit of, those will both take a little bit of work, because they'll be like arc overviews, and I want to like use like maybe some pictures and stuff. No footage, because I don't want like the copyright bullshit, but maybe some, you know, pictures, flip them or whatever, and just talk about, you know, the whole part 1 and part 2 like more in depth. So yeah, those will be next Friday and the Friday after that. Yeah, so also the other thing I want to mention is they did this thing they did with part 1 and part 2, and I think Toriko did this also when the Toriko anime ended. They do like sound effects during the opening. That's kind of weird. It's cool, but it's just kind of, I don't have a problem with it. It's just odd that they choose to do that when they're like ending a season or ending like a part or whatever. But anyways, I'll give this episode like a fucking 9 out of 10, honestly. I thought the animation was fantastic. It was, you know, amazing animation as usual. I like that we got to see everyone do something. The progress is really shown in this episode because they're now in Egypt. That's, you know, a thing now. The Egypt arc is going to start. So yeah, you know, you got story progression there. We got really, really great animation, and the fight was really good. And that's really all you can really talk about in JoJo. Sometimes there's character development, sometimes there isn't, you know. But yeah, I'll give this like a 9 out of 10. Really, really enjoyed it. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode of Stardust Crusaders in the comments below. Do you guys think it's smart for them to take a break? Do you think they could have just gone all the way through? Maybe they haven't animated the other parts. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.